Ponder this morning that he is very, very intelligent and that he can broaden my horizons and my mindset on cooking, on wealth, on entrepreneurship, and I just want to learn more from him.
My expectations for the Chefpreneur Academy is to pretty much learn different aspects of the food service and learn more techniques and more so the business side. When I was in A school with Chef Ponder, that was real long ago. So, me myself, it's always great to see people people that you've worked with be successful in and outside the Navy. I love the aspect because a lot of people don't understand how what you do in the Navy can transfer to the civilian world and you can be successful with what you learn in the Navy. So
What up, everybody? Up the late. Let's get this thing started and kick it off the right way. Chefpreneur Academy. We're here with our man. We've been going. Well, I've been going like I got a whole team. It's really just my ass doing this shit, but been going strong for 2 months, and that's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big commitment to be dropping information for you all consecutively for 2 months straight. But listen, we got a great show tonight, man. Y'all see the chefs coming in, right? You see who we had last week. Tonight gonna be phenomenal, and then next week is gonna be even more phenomenal. I'm excited about it. So, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Chef Talk with me, your boy, Chef Ponder. You know what I'm saying? I bring the dopest, flyest chefs across the U.S. on my show, and we just have a conversation about what they went through. You know what I'm saying? Kind of give some background on what it takes to become a boss in the kitchen. As you guys know, that's kind of my running thing right now is to let you guys speak firsthand to the bosses of the kitchen, right? I'm bringing the bosses on my channel to show you all who the real bosses are. Now, they're their boss in their own right, okay? So don't get it twisted, right? I'm not saying that they out here running multiple you know what? I have some chefs who have multiple restaurants. So restaurateurs, personal chef, private chefs, just some real dope ass chefs, man. And I got them on my show, and I'm so thankful that they came to rock with your boy. Chefpreneur Academy. If you guys have not tapped into Chefpreneur Academy, definitely go over to Instagram at Chefpreneur Academy. Check out what I got going on. I got coming up. 2023. I'm just kind of warming up with a lot of things, getting a lot of things in order, doing checks and balances. But in the meantime, I wanted to reach out to some of my friends. I consider them my friends, my close chef friends, and bring them on my show. So tonight, I have a phenomenal young lady she's always grinding, man. Like between like New York and Atlanta, and she's just all over the place in a good way. You know what I'm saying? She's hungry. She's doing her thing, and I couldn't be more proud because she's one of those chefs that doesn't mind asking questions. You know, you have a lot of chefs who like arrogant. You know, chefs. I think all chefs are born arrogant. We have an ego. You know what I'm saying? We're all egotistical people. Chefs are in our own right because we're artists. All artists are pretty egotistical, whether they're chefs or hairstylists or hair designers or fashion designers or actual artists paint. We all got our own egos because our egos feed our creativity, right? The more creative we are, you just let it come out, right? So without further ado, Chef Catora, live from New York City. What's going on?
I'm trying to see what my best angle is over here.
You good. You good. Listen, I appreciate you. That
Chick-fil-A shirt on.
I see you. Shouts out to Chick-fil-A. You know what? Speaking of Chick-fil-A, before we get into it, I seen a guy say he's going to open up a chicken spot like Chick-fil-A.
Yes, called Side Chick. Something.
Open on Sundays. Yep.
On Sundays. Yeah.
I thought it was funny as shit. But Chef Catora, what's going on with you?
What's going on? How
Tell
are
everybody.
you, my friend?
I'm great. Speak to the people. Tell everybody who you are. What you got going on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know who I am these days. Hi, everybody. I am Chef Catora. I am a traveling private chef, caterer, recipe developer, serial businesspreneur, foster care success story, ovarian cancer survivor, brain tumor survivor. Oh man, I'm just a melting pot of things, I guess.
You that chick. And happy women. Is it Women's Month or Women's History Month?
It's Women's Month. Yesterday was International Women's Day.
You're right. Okay. All right. Cool. So we still celebrating Women's Day.
How do we see who's on here?
I can see it on my end.
Okay, I can't see it on mine.
We're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and over on the Avenue. So it's 3 platforms. Dope.
I just posted it on my page so people could follow or be on it too.
Sweet. I appreciate it. If they come on, they type in the comments and I'll see them. So again, thank you for coming on here. We're gonna dive right into the situation, and you're gonna get to telling us about you and who you are. How did you get started with cooking? Because I know everybody got the inspirational story, how they got started. You know what I'm saying? What's your story?
I have one of those. So I always say this, and I make this a statement piece. I never knew I was going to be a chef. I thought I was going to be like a super social worker, changing children, foster care children, one life at a time. I was very, very high on the ladder in the totem pole in the field of social services. And I just got sick one day. I passed out. Found out I had a brain tumor along with stage 3 ovarian cancer. I lost all feeling on the right side of my body. The nerves in my brain shut everything down. And while I lost my job, and while I was trying to figure out what was going on, my friend and lawyer said to me, once you get better, once you finish your surgeries, once you start walking again, be a chef. And I was like, I don't want to be no chef. The point of this is to not go back and work for nobody. And she was like, well, figure it out. So I actually, just by happenstance, because I believe in manifestation and the world centering you into different places for purpose, I ended up in like TJ Maxx, and a woman was talking about a program for first-time entrepreneurs. And it's funny earlier how I was listening to you say how a lot of people, they don't ask questions, and a lot of people can be very self-absorbed. And this person in TJ Maxx or Marshalls, whichever one I was in, she didn't want to tell me the name of the program. Like it was some secret society. So I just kept going on like different apps and like Eventbrite. And I just kept typing in like almost every day because I was in bed. I couldn't go nowhere and I couldn't move. I kept typing in stuff like first time business entrepreneurship. One day the program popped up. It was called Operation Hope and it was sold out. But I still went. Sold out and everything. I popped up anyway with no ticket, and the guy was like going around for tickets, and he was like, "Where's your ticket?" And I said, "I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have one." He made me stand up in front of the whole class and was like, "Where did you find all of these photos? Oh my God, you got some! Oh my God, the beginning of my career! Wow, you dug into the ditches." That's the beginning of It's actually the company that I started with. That one right there, that was one of my first gigs. But I basically went into the program. It was a business entrepreneurship school. And then from there, I went to culinary school. 5 or 6 months shy out of culinary school, I had my last 2 surgeries. Then I went to work for Jean George at the Mercer Kitchen, Danielle Boulard at Danielle. Then I ended up working for NICWIF, New York Wine and Food Festival. The chef loved my work ethic there and my personality, and he brought me over to Barclays. And 6 months into working into Barclays, I ended up becoming a private chef for Tori and Prince and Karis Levert. And then I just moved up the ladder to a whole bunch of different mainstream people. Then people around my way, people out of this way, people out of that way, people seeing me cook for a whole bunch of people and calling me because
Release on sound. Hold on, Chef. I think we lost you on the sound. Unmute your mic for me.
you hear me?
There you go. All right, then we back. Cool. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So my career it flew. Like within 6 months of graduating culinary school, it just flew off the Richter scale. I don't even know how this happened this fast, because a lot of people tell me that the way that I just jumped into the scene is not normal.
Well, you have to look at it this way as well. Like everything that you went through was just preparation, because all of us chefs have our different conditioning moments. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go into the military and want to be a fucking chef either.
Wait. You know, if you type in Coke Boys TV, you'll actually see me on the French Montana page.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm actually on his channel.
Yeah, let's get that pulled up. We'll talk about that. But I think that everybody have their growing pains. You know what I'm saying? That they go through. And I think, you know, the story you just shared with us was probably part of your growing pain. So it's probably almost like you paid your dues.
Go down.
Right here?
I'm gonna tell you. No, go down. I'm gonna tell you where.
Okay.
Wait, go up. Wait. Let me see. Go up. What does that say? No,
Right
go
here?
down. No, go down. Go down. Oh God, go down. I gotta see it. It's a lot. No, okay, there you go. Go down. Trying to look for it. It might be up some, because it was in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it has to be up. It was recently. Is that by? Wait, go down. Wait, what's that one? Up.
Right here?
Is that Atlanta? That's Philadelphia. No, I'm looking for Atlanta. It's the one that was in Atlanta.
Okay, let me see if I find that one real quick.
But
how did you get hooked up with French Montana though?
So I was filming for. You could probably just type in Atlanta. I was filming for Chopped. And when I was right there, I was filming for Chopped, and when I filmed for Chopped, I was sitting down waiting to finish cooking, and I was taking a break, and he walked right past me.
Oh,
and
wow.
His bodyguards were actually filming me while I was cooking during the process. And the bodyguard took me to French and was like, "You have to get her to cook for you." And literally 2 days later, I was at his penthouse and was cooking. And then it just became like a normal 4 or 5 day thing after that.
That's great. So who you cook for besides Frenchie? Who else you got on your celebrity list you can name?
I got the Tyler Perry Studios. I have Keisha Knight Pulliam. I have what's their names? Tamala Mann, her husband.
Wow.
I have Lance Gross. I have Tori and Prince. I have Karis Levert. I have Robert Glaspers, who I started with.
Nice.
He was one of my first clients. I have Keon Harold. I have who else? I have that celebrity wise. Jesus Christ. I have
I was about to say you had Jesus.
no, I have
How did you
God.
get that
Yeah,
one?
I always got Jesus in my spirit. I
Okay.
have the Ellises. I did the Ellises from Sisters. I'd be forgetting people's names because there's so many people.
Tracy Ellis.
DeVal and Kadeen Ellis.
Okay. All right.
I have Neo. Um,
Wow.
gosh, yeah, I had Mike Bless. Oh, I got Kent Jones, super producer. I have so many people. God, to run down these names is insane. Like I can't.
Does it ever reach a point? Has it hit you yet, or reached a point where you may?
There I go. That's me.
Yeah. I got you. Have you ever reached a point? It got to a point where it's like, all right, they're just regular people now. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm at a point to be honest with you. I think there was one point in time for like a good month that I was really feeling myself, and I got thrown down to the totem pole of humbleness really quick, and I had to realize that
What
even
happened?
though I love working for what.
What happened? You got thrown in.
Meaning that I think I just had a self-check. I had a personal self-check. I think I was somewhere. Oh no, I was somewhere. And I started acting like real bougie. I started acting like I was a super celebrity and was acting really, really out of my character because I was around so much excellence and celebrity, as they call it. And I failed to realize that when the pandemic happened, the people who really mattered was everyday people like me. The people who really mattered was people who call me just because it's Tuesday, people who booked me for the birthday parties, people who booked me. I had one of my clients' son is 8. His mom asked him what did he want for his birthday. He said, I just want Chef Catora's chicken, waffles, and her grits. An 8-year-old had me on his birthday list.
Wow.
And I think it was a moment where I was like, I'm worried about celebrities and I never used celebrity chef until like recently, all these 6 years. And this is my first time actually ever being okay with that title. But I had to realize that I'm a people chef. I'm for everybody. I don't ever want nobody to think that I'm unavailable.
For the streets. For the streets.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not for the streets. I'm not unattainable. You can't not book me. I don't want nobody to ever think that, they can't talk to me or that, I'm unapproachable. No, I had a self-check moment and I'm like, the people who matter are the people who walk past me every single day. Those are the people who book me, the nonprofits companies, the woman who works a 9 to 5 and busts her butt just to save money just to book me.
Facts.
The family, the mother of 5 who just wants to have a special birthday or a special anniversary or give something back to her son. Like, I had a real self-check moment. I had to really, smack myself upside the head. Like, are you bugging? Like, you came from this. Don't think a couple of artists makes you any better or less than anybody else. Like,
I'm trying to tell you.
It may be dope to do, but the real love, the real referrals, the real callbacks, they come from everyday us.
Yep. That's facts. So being that you have tap into that in a second too, being that you have been on a cooking show already and you have cooked for celebrities, I think that's the only qualifications that one would need to be called a celebrity chef. Because I know that for a while I was like, what makes somebody a celebrity chef? Like what makes the criteria for a celebrity chef? Is it because you cook for celebrities or is it because you've been on TV? Well, I think us, the elders, we decided you got to be on a TV show, at least 2 of them. Mm-hmm. And you have to have some celebrities cook for it too. I don't think have you ever been like starstruck? Like, oh my God, I can't believe it's
Robert Glasper. That's it.
Really?
That's it. That because I'm big on jazz. I'm big on jazz. Nah, it was just him.
I
I
got you.
want. Let me tell you something. I do. If you want to, because you love this YouTube thing, you could type in Chopped season 51 episode 13. The fried food one. I'll pop right up. So because they just put it on YouTube. So
What is it
I
again? One time, sorry. What is it?
it's Chopped season 51 episode 13, the deep fried episode.
Season 51.
Episode 13, I think it's the deep fried episode.
I got you.
I think that's it. Whichever one say deep fried.
All right.
So I have a vision board that I do. Whatever says
That's
deep fried. So I have a vision board that I do, and Robert Glasper was at the top of my vision board for like 3 or 4 years. He is just a phenomenal person and human. And when I saw him, when he asked me to make him like lobster mac, and he just wanted a whole like real soul food spread, I started shaking when I got the call. Like I was literally having a regular smegular day, and Mike Larry, who's another artist, he called me and was like, "Hey, do you think you could cook for Robert Glasper tonight? He wants you to cook for him." I'm fresh out of culinary school. Like, what do you mean? Like, it was just a shock to me. So, like, my artists that I was starstruck out on would be like Erykah Badu, Layla Hathaway, Quincy Jones. Like, those are people that I would like stop breathing for.
I got you. England
I'm real old school.
I got you.
Like I seen I was in the Delta Lounge the other day, and I saw Leslie, the WNBA star, forgot her name, and I was like, holy crap! Like it was Lisa Leslie, and I got caught up in a minute, but I didn't get starstruck. But it was like, wow, like you are like a freaking champion. But those are the type of people that, you know, I like people that are just like off the grid of expectation.
No, I got you. I don't think I've ever been starstruck. Ever. Never, ever. I'm lying.
I'm big on jazz, so that'll do it for me. Who starstruck you?
Sanaa Lathan.
I could imagine that.
It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was like 5 years ago now. Ludacris birthday bash weekend. Chef Rod cooked for I forgot the brother name from Atlanta Hawks, but it was like 2:30 in the morning. I get a call. I see Chef Rod. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in the script club.
How long ago was this?
Like 5 years ago, maybe four or 5 years.
That was probably with Torian Prince. I took his client. He gave me his client.
Probably he had a big ass crib.
Yeah, when Torian moved to New York, I took Torian. He had him while he was in Atlanta.
And anyway, I was at the club, right? Strip club, get a phone call. Chef Rod called me. Like, y'all need you to come help me do this catering right. I said, nigga, it's 2:30 in the morning, bro. He said, no. But they're coming back from the club, and Ludacris and everybody coming to, you know, I guess the player's crib. Cool. I called an Uber. It was like fucking far, but the house is fucking huge, right? And we get in the kitchen. Of course, Rod told me to go out back, but the pool was holding the fucking kitchen outside. Beautiful house. And I went to close the side door, and this lady tried to come in because the dude already said, let everybody go to the back. I said, cool. I'm closing the side door. And this lady was like fussing and cussing, trying to get in. I said, man, you got to go to the back. She was like, nah, hell no, fuck that. This is my son, godson, daddy house, whatever the case was. That was, what's her name? The girl. Shit. Come on.
Exody?
No, she has her husband is in NBA too. Anyway, I think her name.
Mia?
Shit. She had that sexy ass video. This is a bad video. She's a singer or rapper. No, she's not a rapper.
I don't know.
Anyway, that was a long time ago. Anyway, so you know, let her in, go to the back, start cooking. People start showing up. Jeezy was there. T.I. King. These people are little. I'm like, that nigga's little as fuck. But I know. All of them was there. Basketball wife, chicks, they was there, and I'm at the grill cooking. My back turned, and this lady tapped my shoulder. She's like, "Can I get some kind of omelet?" I said, "Sure." I turned around and looked. It was Sanaa Lathan. I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I just kind of like,
that's crazy. Yeah. You just made me remember. Like, I remember you just asked me like, who have I cooked for? Now you got me remembering everybody like Dave
See, I
E,
can't forget.
Jim
I
Jones,
got more people
like
than that.
Papoose. I'm just remembering names now. Like, damn, I forgot everybody.
Everybody, yeah. So it's like I don't know, man. It was the only time I got starstruck. But
That's
back
so
to you.
dope.
You just did
Nice, beautiful.
you just did Power 105 sit down with M Easy, didn't you?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
M Easy is so dope. The sit down with M Easy. It is a great show. Great episodes that he has. He shines light to a lot of people, and he likes real stories.
Yeah.
He loves to hear the stories of people's lives, and that's why I love his show, because like even when I thought like I had a time slot, he was like, nah, you got to tell this story. Like he wants your story to be heard, and I love that about his show.
Yeah, I think I did mine a few years back with him, and real cool dude, man. Real cool dude.
Yeah, he is. He's super cool.
Real cool dude.
And he's the truth.
So, going through my questions, who inspired you the most? Now that you're in cooking, could you kind of look back and find out who's your biggest inspiration? That kind of gave you the leg up you got. I know you went to culinary school, but is anybody like grandma, mom, auntie, cousins, anybody in your family that kind of?
I mean, this might sound messed up, but I'm gonna say my aunt, because she's always been beside me. But 90% of the time, it's been myself. I've been my own inspiration, and that's because I grew up pretty much on my own. I had to push myself through everything on my own. I had to do the footwork on my own. I didn't have, like when somebody said they're a one-person army, I'm really a one-woman army. But if I was to pick a person, it would definitely be my aunt. Mom Michelle has been like so super supportive. When I had to put that down payment for culinary school, she made me sign a contract to say I give her the money back. I told her I have it back for 6 months, which I did. But I signed that notarized letter. She gave me the $3,000, and I gave it back to her in 6 months flat.
Wow.
So, she trusted me to give her back the money. I said, look, you give me the money, I promise you that when I graduate culinary school, you're going to have that money back in 6 months. And I gave her that money. I gave her straight $3,000, one shot.
So with that being said, has there ever been any moments throughout your career? You've been doing it for a good little while. Any moments throughout your career where you just like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah. No, yes. I get scared. We have down months, and they scare me. I have moments where I don't know if I can execute something that I already said yes to. Out of my whole career, I've messed up one event, and to this day, I think it still internally haunts me, even though I made amends with it, and I made the situation right. It still haunts me that because I'm so used to being a perfectionist, that I could mess anything up, that I wasn't on point, that I didn't check staff, that I didn't follow up. You understand? And those moments can put you into a super deep depression. But I had to learn that in those type of moments, you just have to realize that lessons have to be learned so that the next time you don't repeat them, that you be a good person and you try to make the best out of the situation, that you try to keep an open dialogue with your clients and whomever you're working with. That teaches you to be a better and a stronger boss. And in those months where we have nothing going on, to work on a business of the business, or to just give time back to you, because when it gets busy season again, if you're favored, you're not going to have no time to work on the business of the business. But trust me, I have my moments where I've had people say like, how did she get so far in the industry so fast? Or they feel that I'm not deserving because they've been in the industry for 15 years and I've only been in it for 6, and I've gotten so-called further than them. And I tell people it's not. Man, please. I've seen so many screenshots of conversations that people done sent me. Make no sense. It'll be people that smile in your face, that talk right about you behind your back. But I just don't deal with it. I just mark the territory, and I just change my audience and my energies, and I don't deal with those people no more, because it's just not worth my time. I'd rather a person just come to me. Like, I come to you all the time and I say, Chef, I called you the other day. What do I do with these damn asparagus tips? You understand? Like, I don't know everything. You understand? I'll call you and I ask you, how do I start this? Or how do I do this? Or what are your thoughts on this? But it's very rare that you'll have people that, like you said, that are susceptible and willing to share information with you. Like, they act like it's gonna end them to share anything with you, to put you on, to put you in a room, to put you in the same space as them. What you do, Chef, is not what I do.
Right.
Your personality is not mine.
Right.
Your movements is not mine. Your skill is not mine. Your creativity zone is not mine. It's not. You understand? So I could never come into a room and be like, and I've told you, it's been times when I've had to I've defended you in rooms from people who had their mouth sideways. I don't play with my friends, and I don't play with people not respecting the craft. Like, it's like when you have a person that's like a banker. How do you tell a banker it's too many bankers? How do you tell a real estate agent it's too many real estate agents? So you can't tell a chef it's too many chefs.
Wow.
There's room for everybody. If there's room for social workers, there's room for everybody. There's room for nurses. There's room for us. So what makes what you do in a room any different from the way that I'm going to run a room? I don't mind people coming in the rooms with me, because it may be somebody that's not my speed, that's an introvert or extrovert or intro extro, and I can't deal with their personality, but your personality may mesh with theirs. And then we can collab. Yeah. Silently. And not even that. If a person comes to my city, I want to know, do you need me for something? If I come to your city, I want that same hospitality, because we're supposed to be there for each other. Don't think I'm coming to your city to steal nobody. I can't steal what I was brought into.
That's the part that I definitely agree with you on. And for that very reason, for the past, I don't know, 10, 11 years, anytime somebody asks me if I know Chef so-and-so, I'm like, I don't. There's literally 8 chefs that I know, that I fuck with, that if you say their name, I know who they are. Outside of 8 chefs, I don't know who people are, you know, and I have my blinders on for a long time. I don't know what nobody's doing. I'm in my own lane. I'm moving at my speed. And speaking to something you said a second ago is, I know my background is very unique, because there are not a lot of military veterans who have made the transition from cooking in the military for celebrities. And this is before there was a fucking Instagram or Facebook, by the way. That's how old I am. Cooking for President Bush and Bruce Willis. There was no celebrity chef title. You just chefing for people.
Just what you were, an executive chef or a chef.
And then going from that, but me working in every facet of culinary, and I always told myself, and this is something that people may not even know about me, is I don't even like cooking. Like, cooking is I'm passionate about it, but it's not my gift, because my gift is teaching. So I know my gift being teaching, I've always wanted to fast track myself from cooking the food to owning the fucking restaurant. So I'm out of my circle of chefs that I know of, I'm probably the only one who has went from military to line cook to sous chef to executive sous chef to sous chef to food and beverage manager to food and beverage operational manager to owner operator with college degrees and credentials. Like, my certificate is out there. I love certificate. I love education, first of all. So a lot of chefs that I would come across in my sojourn, they either, you know, they had it going on as far as the clientele, celebrity, or they were very popular on social media.
But they have no certifications.
They have no credentials at all.
And I'm so keen on that. Like, I have certifications and licenses out my wazoo. And I'm like, when people hire people, I'm like, did you check and see if they have a nutritional certification?
They don't check nothing.
And see if they have a dietitian. Like, what you're hiring them for? Did you see if they got the educational aspect to actually do this for you? They
saw the lock smack on Instagram. They booked it.
And I remember when I first got hired for my private chef gig, the person who hired me, she wanted all of my certifications.
It's supposed to be like that.
she was not hiring me until I gave her every nook and cranny. And I sent all of them things over in 2 minutes.
For sure.
Down to licensing. Like it's so much money to buy and to pay into yourself yearly. And I don't think that people understand that. Like I have every state from Georgia to New Jersey to New York to Texas. I have every certification needed to work in those states.
And insurance.
Oh, insurance!
A lot of chefs out here.
That's on auto renew.
A lot of out here cooking.
But you know what's crazy? You know how many chefs don't have any insurance?
I know a lot of them that don't have insurance. They don't even know what the fuck that is. They got life insurance. They got insurance on their cell phone, but business insurance in case somebody gets sick or catch an allergy. And I ask people, how many people does it take to shut down a restaurant from food poisoning? 2. So it takes 2 in a restaurant to get shut down. Your little personal chef business cooking for these 8 people. It's going to take one of them and you done. You know what I'm saying?
My business.
And people are going to come after your personal assets, whatever you got, whether it's your knife kit or whatever you got going on.
You can't come after that. You come after my business name. You can't come after my personal assets.
But some people don't know that, chef. Some people are just out here operating. They're just cooking. They're just cooking. Mm-hmm. They're cooking their ass off. They do great food, but the business side of it, they don't know it that much.
And
you know
I think that's what really, if you was to ask me what separates me from the chefs that we see today, it's definitely my business savvy. I'm a beast when it comes to business. I'm a beast when it comes to branding. I'm a beast when it comes to marketing. I'm a beast when it comes to paperwork. I don't play. I don't play about none of that. All of my paperwork is intact. From my S corps to my LLCs to anything. My CPA don't play any games. Even when it comes down to how I position my invoices, the programs that I use for that. Like I put money into it. So at the end of the year and during the year, I don't have to deal with the BS. But you have to learn that. That's not something that you're going to know off bat. You got to go through a lot of hiccups.
Yeah.
But not even that. Like you said, you have to ask. Be okay with asking someone, what do you use? I always put up stuff on Facebook. What are y'all using for this? And more than likely, I already know the answer. And I don't do it for me. I do it for the person who don't know how to ask. So I may already have the program, but I'll write something just to gauge. And I'll be like, hey, what program are you using for invoices? And it's not for me because I'm already good. I do it for the person who doesn't want to ask or who doesn't know how to ask, who's afraid to ask. So now you can just look at my thread. And I have people that really come into my inbox. I'd be like, Chef, thank you so much for posting that. You know, I really don't know who to talk to these days. I've had people that told me, oh my God, you answered my DM? Oh my God, you know how many chefs I've reached out to and they just read it and don't respond to me?
Because they don't know how to respond. Or they don't have
and it's just something simple as just saying, hey, Chef, I love what you do. I would love to mentor with you one day. It's that simple. Now, I can't take on the world, but if I see something special in you, I'll take you on.
Right.
But I got to know that you come into work and not come into work because of who's going to be in the room.
Well, you're absolutely correct.
And that's why I put everybody in a commercial kitchen with me for at least 6 sessions before they go to any client's house with me. Yeah. People want to be the private chef, but they don't want to be the caterer. People want to be in the homes working with the artists, but they don't want to do the prep work. The things that happen 2-3 days to a month before the actual event. They don't understand the admin part of it. I have an event in freaking June that I got a plan for right now. I got one in April that's a constant weekly call that has to be handled because it's too many moving parts. But y'all don't want that. Y'all want to be in the kitchen taking pictures of the food, but have your invoice going out right? Oh no, you getting the money after you delivered the process.
They cash apping.
I don't even have a cash app no more, bro.
They cash app, which is a great segue to talk to chefs who are watching, who's going to watch this too, about food purchases and plate costs, right? About
Are we really about to have this conversation?
Well, we're gonna do the quick and down dirty version because if they really want to know and learn more
I'm
about
not open to giving that.
they gotta
gym.
hit me up.
I'm not open to giving that gym out. I'm sorry.
Chefpreneur Academy, hit me up. I got you on that. But
Yeah,
not to dive into the food purchasing and plate costs. This is more for the clients to understand. When you're booking a chef, private chef, caterer, whatever have you, you have to keep in mind that you're paying for two things. You're paying for the food and you're paying for the chef services. A lot of chefs will lump
and the experience.
Well, yeah, that's part of the chef service, right? A lot of chefs will just give you, I don't know, a dinner for 20 people, $1,800, and that'll be inclusive of everything right there. And I asked chef, okay, so what's your food cost? And they're like, well, it's gonna be probably about $25 a person.
But how much percentage you to put on that?
How did you figure that shit without costing out the ingredients? You don't know what you about to go try to scrape.
Yeah,
and go to these grocery stores, and you're gonna try to make some out of nothing, or
I got a whole Excel spreadsheet.
Or you could just tell the client it's gonna be $25 per person for food, and then my service is $150 an hour, a minimum of 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get paid, and you might make a little money on the food costs as well. Plus, you add your servers. Hopefully, you've been doing it for over 5 years. You got your own chafing dishes and stuff that you re-rent that to your clients as well, with your forks, your plates, your glasses, everything that you're going to utilize. You offer it as a rental. The more convenient you can make it for your clients, the better off you would be. A dinner for 10, if you can give them your food costs and your chef costs, and also say if you guys need plates and glasses and napkins and forks, I can rent that to you. Yeah, for sure. And you don't hit them 3 or 4 times in the head before you get to the house already. But most chefs are not doing that, and that's why Chefpreneur Academy is one of those vehicles going to teach y'all the game, man. Learn this stuff. It's important. I don't see nobody fail.
And they have to want to listen. I have people that hit me up all the time, but then they're like, "Oh, can they send me this essay of questions?" And I look at it and I say, I send them a link, and I say it's $500 to talk to me. Because what happens is they'll ask you a whole bunch of questions. Oh yeah, it's $1,500 for me to walk into your house, and that's not including grocery costs.
Wow.
So, because the thing is, this is what I learned. I used to give free game. I still give free game, but I used to have a whole bunch of conversation with a whole bunch of people, and then they would go and have a whole conversation with a whole bunch of other people. And I'm just like, so what was the point of me just giving you an hour of my time?
So they can go feel
and then,
like
and then you don't do nothing with it, because you know what they want? They want you to give them the blueprint and do the work. So it's like, chef, how do I do this, and this? But if you don't fall, how will you ever get up? If I give you all the answers, you have to fall. I have to let you fall. You won't learn if you don't bump your head a few times. If I give you all the answers, how are you learning your own way? So, but if you want all my answers, you got to pay me.
And I'm glad you said, a lot of people don't want to go through those trials and tribulations, you know, as a chef. You know, most people will say, well, for example, for me, you cut the onion fast as hell. I said, yeah, but you didn't see the 10 years it took me to cut this onion fast as hell. You didn't see the 15, 20 years in the game that I've been doing this to where I can pull my own events off and do my own things, whatever the case is. You didn't see the back leg work. And I think a lot of that goes missing, but I also think it's responsibility for us, the chefs, to tell our story, though. Like, become more transparent and tell our story, so these other chefs don't feel like, well, Chef Catora is doing, she's just too fancy to answer my email, or Chef Ponder is too busy.
Not even that. Like, they don't see the. I always show my struggle plates.
Yeah.
You understand? I've been cooking for Mr. Will Roundtree. He is a guru in the credit business. He is a guru in the getting like business credit, personal credit, attaining business wealth. That man has sent me from a 460 credit score to now 820.
Wow.
I always show my credit score from when I started with him to now. I do his meal. I ship him his meal prep all the way to Vegas, right? Every 2 weeks, he gets a meal prep for me.
Damn.
And he told me today, he said, in the 4 years that I've been working with you, every year your meal prep advances. And that's the thing. If you're not seeing growth in your work, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
And when he said that to me today, he was like, Chef, from the first time I ever ordered from you to now, he was like, I've always believed in you. He goes, but this meal you got me like this week? He goes, this is by far. He's like, you went from chicken and steak. Now you sending me duck, wagyu. He's like, you've never even broadened your palate. He's like, the palate that I got this week, he's like, this is insane.
Wow.
I remember when I started, I didn't even know what a filet mignon was. I knew T-bone.
Seriously?
Bro, I didn't know none of that. I didn't know none of that. I remember I asked my NBA client's wife, I said, what kind of steak he like? She didn't have an answer for me. He said to me, Chef, what kind of steak is this? I was like, Steakums? Because that's what I grew up on. I'm a private chef doing this, but I'm a beginner. I'm like a month in the game. And I had to learn filet mignon. I had to move from salmon to Chilean sea bass and trout. And I didn't grow up on that food. So I only knew what I knew. So I had to go to things like New York Wine and Food Festival. I had to work for like Chef Al Thomas and people like that, and be around people, you know, like you, and see the different types of food and stuff like that. I had to immerse myself in culinary, you know, talk to different people like Chef JJ, Chef El Simone, say, hey, what are you doing today? Nothing? You need a sous chef? You need some hands? I work for free to learn from you. And I still do that to this day. I still reach out to people. I say, hey, I like what you do. I love what you do. I love you as a person and in this industry. Can I come and work for you for experience and to learn this, whatever you do that I've never seen before in my life? Because I want to know that, because I don't know what the hell that is on that plate. And I need to know what that is and how you constructed that. Even with like ghetto gastros and the gastronomy. I'm so immersed in gastronomy right now and learning it. I'm so addicted to it.
Have you met them?
Of course.
Okay.
Those pictures will go up tomorrow.
Because I know they're up there in New York, so I figure.
Yeah. We was just together not too long ago at the Met. Then they had a book signing, and then the judge, Millie Pantry, who judged me on Chop, we were together with Deron the chef. We were all together. Nice.
Shouts out to New York, man. I know I had a great run in New York.
I got like 5 minutes. I'm just letting you know. I gotta go to Black Ink and drop off their food.
Like shit, let us see Black Ink. I'm fucking with you. All right,
I'll take you if you're gonna stay on the ride.
No, we'll stay on the ride. We're about to kick off anyway. We got like 8 minutes for our hour mark anyway.
I'll keep you on the. We right. I'll walk you right into the Black Ink crew. Great
fucking timing though on that shit. But at any rate, let's wrap up our questions. Do you have any advice to give out to any of the up and coming chefs who may be, I don't know, 2 years in, 1 year in, their first year in? What advice would you give them?
Make sure you have your LLC or your S Corp or your C Corp. Don't use LegalZoom. Learn to start doing things on your own, because if you can't reach out to these people down the line, you need to learn the business of your business and learn how to do it yourself. Don't stop reaching out to people that you look up to, that you want to learn from. Don't exhaust your yeses. Like them no's, that saying that you'll get 100 no's before you get a yes, it's okay. Save your coins, because those drought months, if the pandemic didn't teach you nothing, it's real. And being a chef is an asset. Like, know your worth, but don't come into the game thinking that it's just going to happen for you overnight, because you see it happen for Instagram people overnight. You got people who you didn't even know was doing this. Like, example, Deron the chef, he was doing, he's not classically trained, but he was doing YouTube for like 7 to 8 years, 9 years before he even got a break. And there's so many other artists that are like chefs who it took them 15 years to even get a break. You understand? So your story is not going to be someone else's story. And do the footwork. Like, really do the footwork. Like, don't just think social media is gonna get you the clients. You have to really be in rooms, network, give back your time, do a lot of community efforts. I do a lot of give back to the community. And don't give up on your dream. I always say, it's in my bio on Instagram at Chef Catora. If you can't stop thinking and dreaming about it, that must mean it's meant for you to do it. So if you can't stop thinking and dreaming about it, trust me, it's meant for you. So don't give up on it.
I like that. I like that. Words from the wise, everybody. Chef.
I got
Catora.
a lot more words, but that's a lot. That's a lot.
Hey, listen
And
now.
get a CPA. Get a CPA. Don't use no tax specialist. Get a CPA. Someone who knows business taxes.
Certified.
Certified.
Somebody certified. Chef Catora, everybody. She out here in the New York streets right now as we speak. Dropping off to you, man. Shouts out to
I'm gonna keep it real. He called me. He was like, "Chef, you ready?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm doing meal prep drop."
They promoted the whole time. Been promoting the whole joint, whatever the case is. But nah, thank you so much, Chef. I appreciate it, man. Be safe out there in the streets.
I love this platform. This is dope.
Appreciate it. Be safe out there in the streets, man. Do your thing. We'll talk to you later.
Bye,
all right, peace
everybody.
and love. Peace and love. You had it, man. Chef Catora hustling, grinding right now, actually. Like, she's out in the streets right now about to deliver food to Black Ink crew. So thanks for her coming on the show. Next week, man. Next week. Who do we have next week? We have Chef Willie Wallace. He is the personal private chef to Kanye West. He'll be on here next Thursday, 7:30. Same bat channel, same bat station. Be sure to tap in with me, tune in with me, man. Till next time.